Let me begin when we were young. We lived in this huge house in Christchurch College. There was Ina, Lorena, my big sister. Then there was I, Alice Pleasance, and then the baby, Tilly we called her, though her real name was Edith. We had a big brother Henry, but mostly we didn't play with him. He liked boys' games. Lots of professors and dons lived in the college, and they were mostly boring old clergymen. But one of them we did like. He was called Dodgson. Mamma wanted him to take photographs of us. Photographs were new things then. He said he must get to know us before he could take a likeness of us. So he used to come round. He had tea with us and played and told us jokes and stories, and seeing him used to be a great treat.
Mr. Dodgson! Mr. Dodgson! Come and see what we've been doing! We've been waiting for you for ages! Come and see! Come and see! We've been dressing up! Look at me! Look at me! And I'm a beggar maid! We've made this play. Tell him, Nina. Well, Mr. Dodgson, it's about Princess who lives in the palace with a king. And the queen is too strict and cruel and won't let the princess out of the palace. She's a bit like Mamma, really. No, she's not. Mamma is never strict and is never cruel. Yes, she is. She won't let Dinah and the kittens play on the college lawn. And that's cruelty to cats. No, it isn't. I'm 12 years old and I know. Well, Dinah's my cat and she is 32 years old in cat years. And she thinks it's cruel. I can tell.
Ina, Alice, look at my crown. Do you think I make a good princess?
You're not a princess, you're a prince, stupid.
Girls, Mr. Dodgson, whatever is going on?
Miss Brickett, the girls and I were just talking about the new play they're writing.
Mr. Dodgson, you encourage them to rough house. Now, girls, if Mr. Dodgson is going to stay to tea, you will have to sit down sensibly and behave like civilised human beings.
Tell us a story, Mr. Dodgson. Yes, Mr. Dodgson. A story! A story! A story!
No, I'm too tired today for a story.
Then can't you sing us a song, like Mamma and Paul?
No, one of you sing. How about you, Alice? Or Miss Brickett?
I'll sing. Everybody listen. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Oh.
Now you, Mr. Dodgson.
Oh, well, that was so nice, Tilly. Let me see if I can remember it. And Alice, will you sing with me? No, in fact, everybody sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat.
It's not that, it's star!
Oh, no, it is bat. I remember being taught it by the Bishop of Durham when I was a child, and he definitely said bat. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world so high, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at.
Don't be silly, Mr. Dodgson. That's no twinkle.
But they do. The bishop told me so, and he was an expert on Chiroptera. Oh, and that's bats for you girls, and from the Greek for hand wings.
Can't you sing a real song, like Mamma and Paul did? Bats don't twinkle! And they tell you like tea trays.
Oh, but they do if you do the proper actions. And there are special gestures and Anglo-Saxon attitudes you have to do. And then the tea tray looks just like a bat. Or maybe we could do it with a So now you hold that high above your head and flap it. See? Looks just like that. Yes, like that. It's higher, and let's all dance around. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Come on now, faster, faster. Twinkle, 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 faster. Make those bats really twinkle.
That was us and our governess, Pricks, Miss Prickett, when Mr. Dodgson came to tea. We used to have wonderful times. I can see now that Pricks had taken quite a shine to Dodgson. She would stop being strict and tiresome and come over all girlish. We all loved it. Dodgson was so full of invention. New songs, silly poems, new games, strange inventions he would bring in his pockets. Ideas for dressing up and stories. His stories were wonderful. Dodgson did photograph me dressed as a beggar maid, by the way. Here it is. He took lots of photographs of us, in dressing up clothes, with our dolls, sitting together, and alone. Mamma did not want it for us, but Dodgson took lots of photographs of girls naked, of course, like all photographers did then. Yes, I know, they would put him in prison nowadays and print column after column in the Sun of gloating reports about it. Then just beside it, there would be huge photographs of half-naked young women offering themselves blatantly to every man who opened the newspaper. Unfortunately, we were not as hung up about nakedness then as everyone is now. Dodgson was a wonderful photographer. I had some photographs taken by lots of the famous photographers of the time. This one is taken by Margaret Cameron, who lived near to Tennyson on the Isle of Wight. Look what she made of me. A most peculiar likeness, I've always thought. No, I prefer Dodgson's. We girls thought he was wonderful. The best friend a child could ever have, I once said. We saw a lot of Dodgson at that time. We used to go out on boating picnics down the Isis with him and his friend Duckworth, and he used to tell us stories. One of the stories was so exciting, I begged him to write it down. And that is why you are here listening to me. It was the first version of Alice in Wonderland. I was 10 years old, and this was the moment in my life that would make me famous, and I was not even aware that it was special. It was a golden afternoon, boating on the river. We three girls, Duckworth and Dodgson. Sometimes we would take a turn at the oars, but mostly it was the men that did it while we held the ropes that controlled the tiller. After we begged him for almost half an hour, Dodgson started to tell us the story.
All in the golden afternoon, full leisurely we glide, for both our oars with little skill by little arms applied, while little hands make vain pretence our wanderings to guide. Imperious Ina flashes forth her edict, to begin it in gentler tone, sweet Alice hopes there will be nonsense in it, while Tilly interrupts the tale not more than once a minute. Anon, to sudden silence won, in fancy they pursue the dream child, moving through a land of wonders wild and new, in friendly chat with bird or beast, and half believe it's true. Thus grew the tale of Wonderland. Thus, slowly, one by one, its quaint events were hammered out, and now the tale is done, and home we steer, a merry crew beneath the setting sun.